electromagnetic pulse bomb can be upgraded, allowing for infinite enhancements as long as there are enough energy points. For example, that electromagnetic pulse bomb can be upgraded to a level 2 bomb with 100 energy points. Similarly, this laser sword, when held in his hand, prompts Wang Chung to softly call the system and learn that it is already a level 2 weapon. To upgrade it further to a level 3 laser sword, he would need a full 150 energy points. Of course, Wang Chung's energy points aren't abundant enough for that yet, so he isn't in a hurry to upgrade. He thinks for a moment and, taking advantage of the absence of Su Xinghai and the others, jumps out of the vehicle with the laser sword in hand. The laser sword feels surprisingly good, lightweight in his palm, reminiscent of the plastic toy weapons he played with as a child. The advantages of laser weapons are vividly demonstrated here. What boy hasn't dreamed of wielding a lightsaber to sweep across the stars? Wang Chung feels a surge of excitement as the laser sword illuminates part of his body. He quickly approaches a scrap metal frame of a car by the roadside and swings the laser sword down at high speed. With a light sound, Wang Chung doesn't even feel the impact of a strike. The laser sword slices through the metal frame like cutting tofu, instantly shattering it with a smooth and neat edge, only slightly charred at the margins. If it can cut through metal like this, how would it fare against human bodies or mutated creatures? Even the strongest mutated beings would likely struggle to withstand such a blow. The laser sword is sharper than the sharpest blades, truly cutting through metal like mud, effortlessly. Wang Cheng's titanium alloy kitchen knife can finally be retired. He looks down and notices a small display screen on the hilt of the laser sword, showing the battery level and the estimated remaining usage time, 57 minutes. In a fully charged state, this laser sword can be used for an hour. Not only that, Wang Chung discovered that at the end of the sword's hilt, there was an ejection button that required opening a safety cover, tightly sealed like a missile launcher. Once opened, a crimson button was revealed underneath. Wang Chung frowned with curiosity, raised the laser sword, aimed it at an empty spot in the distance, and pressed the red button. With a whoosh, a cold beam shot out at high speed, instantly piercing through abandoned vehicles and streets along the way, severing a streetlight that had long lost its glow. With a loud crash, the broken light fell to the ground. Meanwhile, the laser sword in Wang Cheng's hand dimmed instantly. The display screen showed the power level and available time rapidly dropping to 0 before revealing a new message. Energy depleted, urgent recharge needed. Please press and hold the ejection button at the end of the hilt to activate the solar panel for charging. Wang Chung was stunned. This ejection button actually fired the beam from the laser sword. It was incredibly fast and powerful. The penetration, stability, and trajectory were all impressive. The only downside was that one shot depleted the entire energy of the laser sword. Wang Chung wasn't sure whether to be happy or worried. Overall, this laser sword was quite versatile. It could be used as a melee weapon and even as a single-shot energy weapon. In a surprise encounter with an opponent, a single shot could take them down. Who would have thought that the laser beam from the sword could be used as an energy weapon? In addition to the battleship's turbine laser cannon, Wang Chung had acquired yet another energy weapon, albeit one that couldn't fully be classified as such. Unfortunately, it was currently night, and he couldn't recharge the laser sword. He would have to wait until tomorrow. Wang Chung carefully put the laser sword away when he suddenly felt something. Turning his head, he saw Su Ling staring at him in shock. Is that a laser sword? What did you do to shoot it out? Wang Chung chuckled awkwardly, shifting his gaze. Zhang Chao and Xu Bing hadn't seen him testing the sword earlier. The two injured individuals had just been temporarily taken to a nearby hotel to rest. Although they could also rest in the car, it was better for them in the hotel. Su Ling had come out to fetch water for Zhang Chao and Xu Bing, and that was when she witnessed this astonishing scene, frozen in place. Wang Chung didn't respond, and Su Ling's expression grew more complex. To her, Wang Chung was utterly enigmatic. Being a second-tier awakened one was one thing, but he also possessed so much advanced technology. Her thoughts were somewhat similar to those of Li Xinqing and others. After a moment, she managed to say, "Are you that kind of person?" Wang Chung frowned. What kind of person? The kind that no one ever talks about on TV or in the media. Even those in the military don't really understand. Are you hiding your identity from me? Su Ling asked, looking suspicious. She believed that this explanation was the only way to account for the many secrets surrounding Wang Chung, as well as why he showed no courtesy toward Xu Bing. Because this individual is more powerful than Xu Bing, with an even more secretive and significant background. The individual finally reacted, with a bitter smile. Do I look like that to you? Su Ling thought for a moment, found the expression somewhat cute, and then nodded vigorously. The individual said, Chapter 100. They are all dead. Second brother, what is this? Solar panels? The main shape looks a bit like a laser sword. Huh? But how could that be? This must be a flashlight, right? The next day, the individual drove while Zhang Chao sat in the passenger seat, curiously staring at the laser sword that was charging with solar panels set up in front of the car. Last night, Su Xinghai and Wang Qi found usable vehicles. and after resting for half a day, they officially set off early this morning. The individual did not plan to meet up with the military and wanted to go solo. So there was no need to rush or follow the military's path, allowing for relatively more freedom and ample time. Therefore, resting for half a day was not a problem. After experiencing a great battle, everyone was tired and needed to recover. The half-day rest allowed everyone to regain their spirits, especially Zhang Chao, who was lively and seemed as if nothing had happened. In the back seat of the car, Su Ling was watching over the still unconscious Shubing when she glanced forward with a complex expression. She certainly knew what that was. She silently said to Zhang Chao in her heart, "Congratulations, you have successfully negated a correct answer. That really is a laser sword." The individual chuckled. "Close enough. How do you feel? Your leg, I see you can walk now?" Speaking of his leg injury, Zhang Chao became excited, saying, "It's almost better, just really hungry." "Second brother, what exactly is in that capsule?" "It's incredible. I dozed off for a bit yesterday, and when I woke up, my wounds had nearly healed. I'm not even limping. Aside from being a bit anemic and hungry, my leg feels like just a scrape. Not a big deal at all." Zhang Chao's recovery was excellent. His injuries were not severe, and the nanobots could completely help with repair, eliminate bacteria, and promote rapid healing. However, repairing his body at the microscopic level also required energy. So Zhang Chao naturally felt hungry. In response, the individual just smiled and said, "I have plenty of food in the back of the car. Enough for us to eat all the way to Feng Tian. If you're hungry, just let Su Ling get it for you." Meanwhile, Su Ling's expression was also complex. The same miraculous effect had appeared on Shubing. After taking that capsule, Shubing not only was pulled back from the brink of death, but the terrifying wound on her abdomen was also healing rapidly. However, due to excessive blood loss and damage to organs and the brain, she had not yet woken up. This was already quite astonishing. Su Ling concluded that the capsule was definitely not simple. She was increasingly convinced of her speculation. This individual was likely one of those legendary special personnel, using groundbreaking top-tier technological advancements. Only in this way could all the phenomena surrounding him be explained. Perhaps he hid within Haiqing University for some special mission. Su Ling's gaze revealed a hint of curiosity as she looked at Zhang Chao, who was blissfully unaware and smiling. She thought to herself that she must have a good chat with Zhang Chao and Su Xinghai later. They were roommates with Wang Cheng and had spent a lot of time together, so they could definitely provide some clues about Wang Cheng. She believed that such special personnel, no matter how capable, could not completely hide their true nature in daily life. Su Ling's curiosity as a woman was thoroughly piqued by Wang Cheng. She had only seen the legendary country's special personnel in movies, particularly foreign films, which made her very curious and eager to investigate whether Wang Cheng truly belonged to that category. Wang Cheng was driving ahead, and he inexplicably felt a chill at the back of his neck. He frowned, thinking, could it be that after killing 4 strange creatures, their remnants were still after him? Truly vengeful and relentless. Wang Cheng remembered that the burly strange creature was still alive. Those intelligent monsters were definitely not just a few. As they progressed, the surroundings became increasingly desolate, and they were gradually leaving the urban area behind. To minimize their target, Wang Cheng's convoy consisted of only 2 vehicles. Wang Cheng's vehicle was in front, with the injured Zhang Chao and Xu Bing being given special care, overseen by Su Ling, Wang Qi, Yuan Rue, and Su Xinghai were behind them, driving a Land Rover they had found on the outskirts the previous night. Their numbers were small. 2 vehicles were enough to carry people and supplies. Any more would be cumbersome. They had learned from the military's large retreat that bringing in a small truck filled with half a truckload of fossil fuel had proven to be a poor choice, as it became useless after the sudden changes. That small truck even met its end during a subsequent attack by strange creatures, wasting the supplies used for the fossil fuel. High City was gradually being left behind. The blood-red haze and the oddly stationary clouds were shrinking in their view. The gloom that had shrouded them for days seemed to finally be dissipating. An array of sunlight emerged above them, casting light on the vehicle, the people inside, and the solar panels of the laser swords, which faintly glimmered. They had intended to take the highway. Normally, the distance from High City to Fengtian, nearly 400 kilometers, would require just over 4 hours on the highway. However, after exiting the urban area and traveling a distance through the wild dirt roads towards the highway, Wang Cheng frowned. In the distance, he saw thick smoke billowing, a massive and heavy column of smoke piercing the sky. The highway ahead appeared to be almost completely destroyed, with debris from abandoned vehicles and charred monster corpses littering the once smooth surface, now utterly shattered and in disarray, filled with ruins and wreckage. There were no living people or monsters, only flames and debris. Traveling on this road would not be faster. Rather, it would consume more time and effort. Wang Cheng jumped out of the car, took out his binoculars to take a look, and felt his heart sink. The damage to the highway is unknown in extent, spreading outwards, leaving wreckage everywhere. It seems a fierce battle took place here. Countless monsters and humans lie dead, with congested vehicles and fleeing crowds reduced to ruin.